Andrew. Chapter 1 War and Responsibility. Andrew, 40 years old, tall and handsome, comes from a small city in the northern United States. He grew up in a loving family, with a father who was a veterinarian and a mother who stayed at home to take care of him and his younger siblings. At the age of 16, Andrew began working on construction sites, installing windows and building houses, helping to support his family. He was both a child and the pillar of the family. At 22, Andrew enlisted in the military and was deployed to the Middle East. After serving for 3 years, he returned home, but the trauma war made it impossible for him to live a normal life. His wife, unable to bear his condition any longer, chose to leave him. After the divorce, Andrew wanted to leave his wife and family and go to a place where no one knew him. So, 5 years ago, he came to Northern Europe and became an electrician, hoping to start a new life. However, due to loneliness and fear, he kept changing girlfriends, but all relationships ended for various reasons. After ending one such relationship, Andrew moved out of the apartment he had shared with his girlfriend and into an US small building. Andrew's heart was filled with contradictions and pain. It was as if there were two people inside him struggling against each other. His sense of responsibility as a man told him that he needed to go back to his hometown because his parents and family were there. On the other hand, he was afraid that he would fall back into the same state and potentially hurt his family again. Andrew's home had also been accidentally destroyed in an unconscious moment, and his parents were now staying with his grandparents. Andrew often couldn't sleep, and this internal conflict caused him great suffering. He missed the lawn in front of his house and the various pets that used to surround him. But all of that was in the past, and now he didn't even have a home. How should he choose? He didn't want others to see him as a coward, but he was also afraid to face real life. This contradiction continued to torment him, making him happy at times and sad at others. Until he met Lin Yu. Lin Yu is a 45-year-old gentle Eastern woman who has lived alone in Northern Europe for many years. Running a small Chinese restaurant, Andrew rented an apartment from her. Her kindness, gentleness, and cheerful nature deeply attracted Andrew. When he was with Lin Yu, Andrew felt unprecedented happiness and relaxation. Lin Yu greatly admired Andrew's hard work and sense of responsibility. Although he was just an electrician, he worked very hard, sometimes working until late at night and sometimes not taking a break for a whole month. He was smart and serious about his work. Lin Yu often told him, "Andrew, you're the best." Sometimes Andrew would spend a long time preparing dinner for Lin Yu. Although he was not a professional chef, he made the most delicious food. Lin Yu always ate with great relish, as if it were the finest delicacy in the world. She would taste each dish carefully and then smile and say, "This is the most delicious food I've ever eaten." At those moments, Andrew felt proud and happy. Andrew sometimes shared his stories with her, whether they were funny childhood memories or tales of his rural life back home. Lin Yu always listened patiently, her eyes filled with focus and tenderness. She would nod from time to time, showing her understanding and support. She would also share her own stories, reminiscing about the good old days together. Andrew could sometimes act like a child, getting angry or acting coquettish over small things. Lin Yu always tolerated him, comforting him with gentle words. Her tolerance made Andrew feel incredibly warm. Despite Andrew's inner contradictions, Lin Yu always supported his decisions. She knew he wanted the war to end soon and wanted to go back to see his mother, but he couldn't go back. Lin Yu would always say, "Andrew, whatever you decide to do, I will support you. As long as you are happy, I am happy." Lin Yu would take the initiative to care about Andrew's life, asking about his work, his family, and even his friends. She would prepare small gifts for him, letting him feel that she was there for him. Lin Yu cherished every moment she spent with Andrew. Whether it was taking a walk, watching a movie, or just having a simple chat, she would fully engage herself. She would say, "Every moment I spend with you, I feel incredibly happy." Sometimes Andrew would feel uneasy or anxious, and Lin Yu would always respect his feelings, never forcing him to do anything. Although Andrew did not have a high level of education, he had a pair of hardworking hands and a kind heart. Lin Yu was proud of him, saying, "Andrew, you are a great person and I am very proud of you." Her pride made Andrew feel incredibly confident. Lin Yu liked to get close to Andrew when they were alone together, listening to his stories. She would lean on his shoulder and softly say, "Andrew, I really like you." This closeness sometimes made Andrew feel at a loss. Andrew sometimes craved the noise of a crowd, while at other times he would shut himself in his room, isolating himself in his own world. He was always afraid of facing other people's gazes, afraid that they would ask him why he didn't go back home. Therefore, he would ask everyone he met, should I go back? He hoped that the answer from others would be no, so that he could feel that his choice was right.